Hi, everybody. Okay, so let's put this on. So we've got Hikato's Crossing, Healing with Cardamancy. Shop for services, readings and healings, blog for updates, readings, new arrivals and more with Ko-Fi. Exclusive content, readings, previews, downloads and resources, memberships, exclusive content, readings, previews, discounts and more. Connect on Discord for assorted channels. Okay, there's shop for members, shop for everybody. Okay, got the memberships from $1, $3.10, all sorts of bits and pieces. Hi, Fane. Okay, we have you can either donate one time, it's like a tip, or you can join the memberships. Of course, shout outs to members, the family. There's Raina, Stacey, Linda, Joan, Sid, and New York Finest. Hi, Amazing Fruits. Good, thank you. Working today. Free 2-card. Don't forget to join us for our YouTube lives with free 2-card readings. Not always what you want, what you may need. Right now, donations are VIP status through Ko-Fi exclusive content. Plus, you go in the draw for a free 30-minute Reiki session, which I'm going to do at the end of the month. Please read description box, read details down below. Thanks for all your support. And click that thumb, ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded, as there's more lives coming soon. Yes, on Wednesday there are past life readings. If you are interested in the past life readings, let me give you the link to go and have a check of the past life readings. So let me just go into here. If you want the details for it, from as little as $1, for as little as $1. Okay, let me just get the link here. Okay, this link that I've just put in, if you are interested in a past life reading on Wednesday, please click that link to get the details, because you will not get the link for the live unless you donate. It is for $1 or more, depending on what you want, to get a past life reading, a soul energy clearing session. Okay, so that's what I'm doing on Wednesday. So if you're interested for a past life reading and clearing, please check out that link, and that's going to give you all the details that you need. Okay, so hopefully it's all going well. Hope you can all hear me. Hopefully I've got it all sorted now. So let's create the list. Faheen, Amazing Fruits, and hi Mimsy, how are you? Let's have a look. So it clears all the past life stuff, all the issues. It goes right, can go quite deep depending on what sort of session we do. If you read the information, it'll tell you quite a lot about it. You can go into soul energy clearing, which can tell you quite a lot. If you want to know a little bit more, let me just get my blog up and I'll give you the link. Let's see if I can get you the link for soul energy clearing. Okay, let me type in. Okay, try. Okay. services. Right, let's see if I can get this link here. Here it is. Got it. Okay, because there's quite a lot in it. So if you're interested, here's the link to the blog, which explains a little bit more in detail what a soul energy clearing is. Basically, what I can do, but depending on how much, on what type of session. Thanks, Mimsy. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, yeah, if you're interested in all about soul energy clearing, it really affects people in different ways. Different people will react in different ways. It can be very, very freeing. So, I can sort of read a little bit about soul energy clearing. Okay, this can be a very powerful process of researching and eliminating discordant programs and beliefs and energies from your past. It usually has a profound and wonderful effect on most people. Many mental, emotional, physical, and soul healings have resulted within 6 months of the session. However, some people do not seem to be as helped on an observable level as quickly as some others. I believe this person may have deep conscious habit patterns that have to be changed before positive outer changes and results can be experienced. Thus, it could be some time before you see a change. Often, others notice changes within us long before we are aware of them. I cannot change your conscious mind or your habit patterns. Some people expect me to wave a magic wand for them and everything in their life will be absolutely marvelous. I wish this was true. Sometimes it works that way and sometimes it does not. Changing conscious habits, negative thinking, and actions is your responsibility, and doing so can create miracles in your life when it is coupled with this clearing that I facilitate for you. Remember that this life is our lesson, and sometimes the soul picks very challenging lessons to learn. No one tells us what lessons we are to experience. That is our personal and individual choice. We have free will. The major problem is that we forget this and start blaming everyone and everything around us for our problems. It is important to understand that we made choices, and it is now necessary and important that we make new and better choices. You are the captain of your ship, and you're the only one responsible for your life. When the discordant energies are cleared and dissolved, only the wisdom and knowledge gained from that experience remains. These negative energies cannot rebuild unless you build more of the same negative energy patterns by strong negative thoughts and emotions or repeated bad habits. As we peel back the many layers of our onion, other negative issues may surface. If you feel you need from me in clearing these new issues, please call me for another appointment. I believe we are in this world to promote love, gratitude, and peace. I'll do my part in facilitating the clearing of your past negativity, and you can do your part with your positive thoughts, feelings, and words. I believe we are diamonds in the rough. As we clear and clean each facet of our diamond, we allow more of our beautiful light to shine through every moment of every day, giving permission for others to do the same with love, gratitude, and blessings. Okay, so yeah, look into it. If you're interested, I'm doing a sample sessions on Wednesday for a donation only, and so that's what I want to do. Just for a sample, you'll get a little sample of what a soul energy clearing is like, and if you decide you want more, then we can do a more private one-on-one session. And I know it seems expensive. I can do part payments, like a lay-by system that when you pay it off completely, I'll do your session in full. Um, but it is necessary in regards to the how long it sort of takes to do the first session, and then it gives you sort of a bit of a follow up as well. Oh, that sounds beautiful, Mimsy. Sounds gorgeous. Wow. My morning starts quite early, about 7ish each morning, since I've been taking Nutrient Rescue, which is like what you guys drink in the States, like AG1. If you guys have heard of athletic greens, totally recommend. It's very, very similar. I find that once you are a little bit more healthy, a little bit more in tune, you're drinking plenty of water, herbal teas, and things like that, it certainly is benefit. So I've been waking up at like 7 o'clock in the morning and getting a lot of things done. So it is now 10 to 10, 10 to 10 on a Sunday. Right. Let's have a look. So who's here? So we got Faheen, we got Amazing Fruits, we got Mimsy, and we have Fire and May A. Okay, so we can start having some questions. It is such a big win. It is. It's awesome. So I've been feeling a lot better with taking the that every day. Eating and drinking better all makes a difference as well. So Fahi, so what I want you to do is think about your questions. Okay, I want to talk about you guys. You need to think about your questions, not yes and no. Questions that start with how, what, and why. When you ask yes and no questions, you get nothing from the cards. You get a yes or a no, and it gives you nothing. Gives you no information. So think about your questions as how, what, and why. Think about, yeah, fire it. Don't, yeah, you're here. Don't worry about your question just yet. Don't, just if you've done it once, what I'll do is I'll use the chat scan app. Just give me a second. Let me just put in the chat scan. Let me just put in the link. Okay, let me just put in the link and I'll just add the chat scan app. And that way you only have to type your question in once. Give me a second. So just type your question in once. Don't spam it. Once is enough. So if you've typed your question in, don't add it again because I've got the chat scan app and I'll tell you if I need it for any reason. Right, let's have a look. Now don't forget, if you do donate, you go in the draw for a free 30-minute reading. A 30-minute Reiki session. Hi, Aldona. I'm just waiting to see. Okay, Amazing Fruits. I want to try something here. So, Amazing Fruits. Faheen I'm doing. So Faheen as well. Sorry, Faheen. Okay, let me just type in. I want to see if this works. All right. Why is this not going? Hmm. Why that doesn't work? Okay. I was hoping that would work. But I must find out why it's not working. So what are the details? I don't know. Maybe because I'm not using the same program. Okay, so will my husband wish our daughter? Now, what you're doing, this is a bit of a, you've asked a yes or no question, Fane. When you're asking yes or no questions, you're not really going to get a lot out of it. So what I'm going to do is if you're going to ask yes or no questions, all you're going to get is a yes or no. You're going to get no help, nothing that's going to empower you. You know, how can you deal with your husband? How am I going to help my daughter during this process if my husband's a thing? And remember, the future is not, if you do yes and no questions, right? You've got to remember the future is never set in stone. Energy always changes. If you use yes and no questions, You don't get enough out of it. You don't get prefer prefer the how, what, and why type questions because you're actually not going to get. We've got to remember the future's never actually set in stone. Things will change depending on energy, things, and free will. The future's always fluid. Things will always change. So you've got to remember it's all. So this gives you nothing, really. But anyway, will your husband wish your daughter on your birthday on the 22nd? Oh, I've got a donation from Y. Will your husband wish your daughter on this birthday? Right. What's your gut instinct telling you? Will he or won't he? Well, looks like he will, unless something else comes up. At this stage, with this energy, yes, he may do. It's a possibility. Okay, so donation. I'm just waiting for YEK. I think that's it. Yep, I thought it was you. So wait, donations. Why? Yep. Thanks, Amazing Fruits. Yep. So yes, he will at this stage, unless something else comes up to stop him. But with the energy at the moment, yep. I just want you guys to really think about your questions. Really think with your free questions, right? Yes, wait, just waiting for. Okay, so what's going on with this relationship? Oh, she's connected. I wanted to ask how Panita feels about me. I had to work with her, but she's connected to the person of my interest. Right. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's do. Okay, so right. So what do you need to know? So why? Okay, what does why need to know about how Panita feels about her? What's the heart of it? Okay, so let's have a look. Thanks, Mimsy. Okay, so how do they feel about you overall? Where you've got this thing about seeing you someone who is, you get a sense of like balance in regards to your I want to say like your well-being, your grounded, your work ethics and things like that. I do feel like they do feel that you are balanced in some way. Things like you've got your priorities, like you're organized. I get a sense of being balanced, organized, sorted type of person. They think of you more in a work way here. It's very much about being able. It feels like you've got goals. You've got you're looking ahead to your goals. You're expanding and growing in regards to your creative energy. There are some things that could be holding you back. That could be chaining you to to a situation. It does feel like there's something holding you back in some way. Um, and maybe at times you might feel a little defeated. No, I don't feel like she hates you, just feels like there's something's restricting you. I think she sees you more in a work situation more than anything else. Might see you as someone who there might be some quarrels or disagreements in some way, but I don't feel like it's anything too serious. Like overall, I just feel like she just sees you more in a work situation. It's something sort of holding you back. Maybe something's holding you back from being, you know, maybe being a bit more open to her. So maybe you feel a bit more like something's defeated. She might feel as though you're feeling defeated or you're feeling worn down. There might be some quarrels or disagreements as well coming into play. Let's take a look and see what the Oracle of Visions has to say about that. 49. Let's see what this is about. Okay, this is about, yeah, maybe feeling like you need some help or you need support. Feels like she feels as though you need help or you need support in something. Maybe you're feeling like you're at the end of your rope in some way. Yeah, it's about achieving balance. So maybe she doesn't feel as though you're quite balanced in some aspects. Like she feels that there is some balance there. There is some things here, but yet at times you might feel it's interesting because I'm getting the sense of feeling balanced, but at the same time unbalanced in some areas of your life. It could be more emotional. So you might be organized with work. It might be work related that you're balanced, right? You're balanced at work. But when it comes to your emotions, maybe your emotions you might be feeling as though you're emotionally unbalanced, even though you might be balanced, you might be really good at work, get your priorities sorted, all that sort of stuff. But then emotionally, you're emotionally feeling unbalanced. So maybe she feels like there's two sides to you, which is why we get the sense here of um, being restricted, being chained to something. So anyway, some things to sort of think about. It feels very conflicted. It does seem like there's a lot of confliction going on. Oh, by the way, my name's Paula for those that don't know. So yeah, Hecate is actually, Hecate is actually the goddess that I work with, and then the business is Hecate's Crossing. Hecate is actually the goddess that I work with, so that's why. Yeah. So hopefully that sort of gives you an idea. I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on there. I think there's a lot more to the picture here. Okay, amazing fruits. Right. So amazing fruits. Let's have a look. Amazing fruits. You've got your question in. Thanks, amazing fruits. Yeah, please hold your questions until please don't type your questions in unless I ask you. Just come and just say hello, hi, how are you? No questions, please. So amazing fruits. First, I'll tell you when to do your questions. What's coming towards you in love? So let's do. I'm going to do the soft on this one. Oh, maybe I should just use. I've got a little soft, but maybe I might use the big soft. What happens as we're sort of doing. Uh, who's been following the He's Just Not That Into You series? just released another one. And what's coming towards me in love? Welcome, new subs. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome, Eli, Ellie, 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 Ellie. Right, what's coming towards me? I just released another one. He's just not that into you. And I've got a new book, a new one coming out too. I'm going to start looking into this one, Universal Heart. I don't know who's been listening to the Celestine Prophecy. Right. Hi, May. Hi, Cindy. Right, let's have a look. What's coming towards me? And I'm sorry, I'm being a bit slow because I'm just cruising today. I've got plenty of time. We've got an hour. Right. It does feel like there's some romance coming in. It does feel like there could be a knight in shining armor. There could be somebody coming in who's a bit more, yeah, it definitely feels like there's someone coming in here. It does feel like there's some romance. But we get the sense of, you might need to do things your own way. Okay, it might not be what everyone expects. It might not be what you're expecting. I think you need to be sort of a little bit open and just sort of. I just feel like it's somebody that may be not what you would expect or what others would expect you to be with. It just feels very unique. It feels like a unique relationship. It's someone different, someone who's not your usual. Feels very yeah, I just feel like it's someone that's not expected. Okay, so you've got that whole sense of definitely feels like there's a romance or someone coming in that's quite emotional, quite he's someone who's very I want to say artsy in some way. Very artsy. He's very dreamy, a very dreamy, very artsy type person. And you've got that sense of doing something unique. It just feels very unique, sort of interesting. Right, so we've had amazing fruits. Right, who's next on my list? Let me flick back a little bit. Let me flick back to. Don't forget, if you do donate, you do go in the draw for a. Oh, Mimsy, Mimsy, you're next with your question. Mimsy, and then Fire. Mimsy, then Fire. So Mimsy, your question, Fire, and then after Fire, let me have a look. After Fire is may I in Maya. Okay, so Mimsy, Fire, and then May. Yep, thank you, May I. That's brilliant. Putting in your questions. So I just need Fire's. Think I've got Fire's question anyway. I need some reaffirming messages for my photo shoot. So maybe what messages do the cards have in regards to my purpose? Ooh, okay. Do let's do Starman Tarot. I feel like Starman feels very out there. Right. Thanks, Amazing Fruits. That's a huge help. I need some reaffirming messages for my photos. So what messages do the cards have? Yes, PP, you will be added, but I need to go through the list slowly. We just do a few, we do 3 at a time, and then I know where I'm at. So it's just a little bit different than maybe some other chats. We all read differently. If you're you're interested in what I with the thing, need to watch my netiquette video. Might need to watch my netiquette video too. So, reaffirming messages for my photo shoot tonight. Oh, sounds interesting. Okay, first thing. Okay, we've got 10 of Swords. I feel like there might be, I'm just getting a sense, this sort of stood out to me quite quickly. This sort of being pulled in different directions type of energy in regards to thoughts and ideas. So I do feel as though there could be a bit of a, there could be some, I want to say irritation. So that was funny. Oh, let's have a look and see what. Not expect that to happen. Right. Okay, Mimsy. Right. Let's have a look. So basically, I do feel like something is being pulled. I do feel like there's going to be some sort of um, conflict in some way, like in regards to the thoughts and ideas and things going on within the photo shoot. Okay, so I do feel like you're going to need to take a breath. I think you might find yourself taking a breath for a moment through the photo shoot, sort of walking away for a moment and taking a breath. It's interesting what flew out. So here you've got the sense of there are some things in the photo shoot you won't be able to control, and there's some things that you can. So you're going to have to look at what things you can control within the photo shoot. Okay. It's quite interesting what came in because it does feel like there's a lot of movement going on within the photo shoot. I feel like it's going to be quite chaotic. Now, the reason why these cards are flowing out, so Mimsy, you just got them as they are. So it does feel like there's a lot of movement going on. So there could be a shift. Somebody could walk out. Just wondering if someone's going to walk out. So I do feel like there's a lot of movement going on. It could be quite chaotic. Somebody could walk out of the photo shoot. Okay, I do feel like someone's going to shift. There's going to be some sort of, I feel like there's going to be some sort of drama in regards to things. So that's why I feel like there's going to be a lot of taking a lot of breath and reflecting, and looking at the things that you can and cannot control. That resonates. Okay, so you know what's going on, you know who it's going to be about, you know what's going to happen, so you're aware now of how you're going to deal with it, how you're going to react, and how you're going to calm things down a bit. Sounds like you're going to have fun. Okay, so I got fire and then I've got May. So let's go back into, oops, right, or kids involved, and the young one sensitive to the cold and will be colder than, oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, Mimsy, gotcha. Okay. Okay, so you know what that's about then. Right, fire. Let me go into fire's question. I did see somewhere up here. I think I saw fire's question here. Okay, so why did Stab want to keep me blind and stuck with his products that I bought? Could I have more light, please? Okay, let me have a look and see if I can get that. You're so welcome, Mimsy. You're welcome. That was an interesting one that got pulled. The cards got pulled out in that one. Right. So fire. Interesting. So what's going on with Sam? Let's use the Waterfall Tarot. You're welcome. You're welcome, Mimsy. You're welcome. Thanks for the support. Thanks for coming in. Why did Sam want to keep me blind and stuck with Chris? What's going on here? What's going on with Sam? What's What's happening? What's going on here? What is happening? So let's have a look. First card we have here is there is a feeling of emotional and it's like everything feels like they're throwing out. Feels like quite emotional issues going on. Feels like Sab's quite emotional, quite young in his attitude. Just feels very emotional issues and things. Doesn't know how to control his emotions with the situation. That's an interesting card coming out here. So it feels like he's got some choices in regards to the relationship. Now, this is not about romance or anything like that. It's not about romance, okay? This is about his choices and how he chooses to react within relationships. He doesn't know how to react properly within relationships, within people. He doesn't know, he's not a people person, put it that way. He's not really a people person. And that's what it's about. It's about his own reaction, how he chooses to behave. Okay, I just feel like I'm just going to do one more card here because this is just like, oh my God, what's going on? He's just an emotional thing. Okay, yeah, he's definitely affected by the past. His memories of the past and how he reacts. So a lot of it could be in the way that he was brought up, his childish behavior, things like that. So that's what it's about. It's more about his own his own behavior. It really has nothing to do with you. It's to do with the way that he was brought up, the way he, how he chooses to react to situations. Okay, so it's just his whole, it's his own thing. It's his own issues, and you've got to decide whether you're interested in behaving like that. Hi, Bethel. How are you? Oh my God, that was so cool talking to you. Oh, it's so good, so good. Right, May. So you're asking about being accepted into your new universe. Okay, when you ask yes and no questions, you don't really leave any. I can answer yes and no questions, no problem. But it doesn't leave you any room to what do I need to do to be accepted into the university. Remembering the future is fluid. Oh, I'm good, thanks, Bethel. Really good. Yep, I've got my space all. Oh, I've made huge changes. I'll give you the link. Bethel, I'll email you later with the link. Yeah, yeah. So what you're going to do is, if you get accepted into the U university, okay, it's not going to give you anything. It's just going to give you the yes and no. Knowing the future is never set in stone, things will change. So it's what I give you today is based on today's energy. Okay. So it's like, what do you need to do to get into the to be accepted in? Or we can just go, will I get accepted into the U university? Now, when I do this, when I do the yes and no question, it doesn't give you any room for things to think. So do you want to sort of change your question or okay, so what I need to do? That's better. Cool. I won't do that. What I'll do is I'll use the Gilded Tarot Royale. What can you do to get accepted into the university? So tell us, what does may I need to know about this new university? Ooh, okay, first thing you need to do, okay, is to know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but it comes from your own wisdom, comes from your own knowledge here. Feels like you've got a bit of a path ahead you, and there might be some challenges with the snake here. It does talk about some challenges, some shredded, some what say, trouble, but it can also talk about shedding old skins and things like that. So, what you've got to do, will you get accepted into the university? What do you need to know about it all? Know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's all about the knowledge that you have within yourself. It's all about that being silent and listening. Being silent and listen. Listen to what's needed. What do you need to actually do? What paperwork do you need to do? What things, have you done all your paperwork? Have you done everything that you need to do to get into the university? Have you filled out all the forms properly? Those are the things. Look at your choices in regard to the courses that you want to do. Hi, Kay. No, I'll let you know when when it's time for your reading. Okay, will you be accepted into your new university? So it really depends on being silent, listening, looking at any trouble or any challenges that you have. Look at all your options or available to you is going to be really important as well. You're working on your paper, so you've got to get your paper in. Okay, it's all dependent on whether you get that paper in, whether you get that paperwork done, you get that paper, the assignment, whatever you need to do. You need to make sure that you do it properly. You get all your courses sorted, you get everything done. Okay, and look at all the options. Remembering, not all paths are going to lead you to the right place. Oh, okay. Yes, Eldonna, you're on the list. Everybody's on the list. Everybody's on the list. But you just got to wait till your turn. Everybody's on the list as much as I can within the next 40 minutes. Okay, and it depends on the donations and things like that. Okay, so that helps. That resonates. Cool, brilliant. So now let me have a look at who's next on the list. Okay, amazing fruits. If you're still here, next on the list was. Let me have a look. Okay, Sunny, Eldonna. Okay, so I've got Sunny's question here. And Eldonna and Deirdre. Deedra. I've got Sunny, which I'm doing now. Then I'll do Eldonna, and then I'll do Deirdre. Right, Sunny, let's have a look. What are Taurus's feeling towards you? Okay, so let's do the Oceanic Tarot. Do the Oceanic. So what's Taurus's feeling towards you? Yes, everybody's added to the list. Welcome, welcome. If you've come in, welcome. Everybody's added, but I'll let you know when it's your turn. Don't forget, donations take priority. Donations allow you to also go in the drawer for a free 30-minute Reiki session, and you also get exclusive content from Ko-Fi. You get previews and all sorts of little bits and pieces. Hi, old soul. Yes, you can be added. Oops, that's me shuffling. What's Taurus's feeling towards you? What's Taurus feeling towards you? Okay, sort of asking you to do a little bit of self-reflection. I think you're just easily looking for an opportunity. It's really about self-reflection. It feels like there's a lot of thinking about things, looking for opportunities to arise. So there's no actual take it, no actual um, action taken. There's no action taken or anything like that. There's a thought about, there's a lot of self reflection going on, a lot of thoughts and ideas. What's important? What's going on? How do I be authentic self? How do I be true to myself? And looking for opportunities to discover and to learn something new. So when you're asking about someone's feeling towards you, they might not really be thinking about you completely. They may be busy with other stuff going on. That's why there could be some self-reflection because looking for opportunities towards some stuff. So you're really looking at someone's perspective of you. And the perspective may not be facts either. Just remember their perspective may not be facts. And are you validated by how someone else feels about you? And sometimes when you're just trying to figure out how someone feels, who's been listening to, oops, he's just not that into series. Okay, so just want you to sort of think about things when you're asking about how someone feels about you. If you're really trying to sort it out, you're unsure, you know, just do some thoughts. Right, so who did I say was next? Eldonna. So, Eldonna, do you just want the yes and no question? Yep, Eldonna, you're next. Right, Eldonna, let's have a look. So, do you want this question? Will I leave my house? Well, why do you want to leave your house before the end of the year? Really depends. Depends on so many things of why you'll leave your house before the end of the year. Depends on what action you actually take. What do you actually need to make sure that you leave the house if you want to leave the house by the end of the year? What things are going to come into play? You've got to remember the future is fluid. Things can change. So, will I leave my house before the end of the year? Asked, will you? Yeah, that's what I got. I got no. Basically, it's saying no at this stage. Something's stuck, something you're not doing, something you're not sort of pushing forward with. Um, Eldonna, it really sort of just gives me like basically at this stage, it seems very stuck. Like, no, no, you're not. But what can you do to actually leave the house? You know, to do what you want to do. What's going to make you leave the house? Oh, get some clarity in the situation and face your fears. You know, so it says no, that you're not going to leave the house before the end of the year, but it might be because you've got no clarity in the situation. You've got no focus about what you actually want to do. You've got not, you're not looking at the cycles or the stages, the things that you actually need to do, the action you actually need to take to get there. So you've got no clarity about why you're leaving or what's going on. It just feels like there's nothing. So at this stage, you've got like a sense of no, nothing's happening because there's no clarity. So some things to think about when you're doing your questions. Think about questions that start with how, what, and why. What can I do to improve my life? What can I do to move forward? What can I do to how can I move forward on my journey? Why do I react in this way? Think about questions that really help. Okay, so Deirdre. So I don't know whether Deirdre put it typed in a question. Just flicking back to Deirdre's question, and then I'll do next. Right. So Deirdre just asked to be added. So let me just see if she typed in the actual question. No, no question yet, Deirdre. Okay, so after Deirdre, we have Clean Music Lover and Emma. Clean Music Lover and Emma, and then Eli. Eli. So that's next. Okay, so I've got Deirdre, which we've got no question for. Clean Music Lover and Emma. Okay, so I'm going to do Emma's now. And then when Clean Music Lover and Deirdre put in their question, I'll do them or I'll move on. Does Emma have the romantic feelings towards you? Let's do, oh, where are we? I am looking for a deck in particular. Oh, we'll just use Moon Babies. Okay, so Moon Baby Tarot. Romantic feelings is what feelings does MA have for me? What do I need to know in regards to MA? Right. What does Emma need to know about MA? What does Emma need to know about MA? Okay. Feels like there's some life's ups and downs. Things may not be always what you want them to be. Okay. So it does feel like, what do you need to know about MA? Feels like things are not always going to be the way you want them to be. It feels very much in limbo. It feels like you're hanging around, waiting, waiting, waiting. Okay, I don't feel like there's going to be any action taken. It doesn't feel like anything's going to go on. It doesn't feel like there's any romance. Okay, it feels like it's going to make a major impact on you, though. It does talk about, and it talks about fortune, and people think of it as good fortune, but it's not. Fortune can be about life's ups and downs. Okay, sometimes there's some good stuff going on, and then sometimes there's some stuff that might not be quite what you expect. And having sort of the hanged man being in limbo, looking at things from a different perspective, maybe looking at what are you sacrificing in the situation, Emma? What are you actually sacrificing of yourself while you wait? You wait for things to happen instead of getting on with your life. It's really about, does he have any romantic feelings towards you? I'm not seeing it. It's no definite yes. It just feels like you'll be waiting around for a long time for anything to happen. Feels like you'll be waiting, waiting, waiting. So I really think it's about time for you to get on and go forward. There's no clear romance. There's no clear Knight of Cups. There's no Two of Cups. There's no romantic type energy going on here. Sorry to say. So sometimes you got to think about these things when you don't know what's going on. If people are being a little bit cryptic or they're not being quite, when a guy likes you, he'll tell you. You'll know that he actually has the way he acts towards you. Guys are not that difficult to figure out once they're pretty straight up. Okay, so let's have a look. Who's next on my list? Now, I did say Deirdre, and I didn't get any message from her, so don't know what's going on with Deirdre. Clean Music Lover. Don't know if there's no question there either. Okay, so no message from Clean Music Lover. So let's have a look who's next. Okay, so Clean Music Lover. I said Emma, which I did. Okay, okay with donations. Done. Eli. Okay, you're asking about your exam. Yeah, you're coming up, PP. Don't panic. You're coming up soon. I've got Cindy, then PP. Like I said, it all goes in order. So hopefully, trying to work out, make sure I've done everyone, and I hope I haven't missed out. And if I've missed you, I'm sorry. But I'll get there eventually. Get there eventually. Right, Eli, will you pass? Will I pass the written exam that you're taking? Okay. Well, it depends on how much study you've done, how much study you continue to do. Do you have an early night the night before the reading, before the exam? Okay. So let me have a look here. Will you pass the written exam? What do you need to know in regards to the written exam? Let me have a look here. Let's do. She might do the field tarot. I haven't done that for a while. Okay, when you've got 81 tarot decks, you sort of go through them. Right, will I pass the written exam? So what does Eli need to know about passing the written exam that they're taking? What does Eli need to know? Or Ellie need to know? Sorry, Ellie. Eli or Ellie? Eli? Liam? Ellie? So, sorry if I'm not sure about pronouncing your name, but will you pass the written exam that you're taking? So what do you need to know? Firstly here, okay, the first thing you need to do is make sure that you're working, that you're doing your study, that you're taking care of yourself. You're doing all what you need to do to prepare for the exam, right? That's the first thing you need to do. You need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, okay? This is very much about taking care of yourself, making sure emotionally and physically that you're taking care of yourself in many ways, making sure your well-being is supported, you're supporting your well-being. Okay, so will you pass the written exam depends on whether you make sure that you rest well, that you make sure that you've taken all the study, you've done all the study that you need to do, that you eat well, drink well, sleep well. You make sure that you're resting, you're taking time out, you're taking breaks in between your study. Don't go out partying the night before, those sort of things. So it's all about your commitment to your self care. Okay, it's all about self care. So will you pass the written exam? Totally dependent on what you choose to do. Okay, it really is dependent on what you choose to do the night before, the week before the exam. Okay, so it really is dependent on what you choose to do. I mean, I could say yes, but then you don't do any study and you don't do any, and you go out the night before and drink. No, well, then you won't. So energies are always changing. It's all dependent on your actions that you choose to take. So will you pass? Yes, as long as you study, you do all what you need to do, you take care of yourself, you have that sense of well-being. Okay, so let me put some of these decks away. Right. So I've done Eli. So let's see who's next. So I said Cindy, didn't I? Cindy and then PP. So let's have a look. So let's have a look at Cindy's. Did Cindy type in a question? Let me have a look here. Cindy, did you type in a question at all? No? Okay, so PP, what's your question? Okay, Cindy and PP. So if I've said your name, make sure you've typed in your question, please. And if you've typed it in, great. I'll flick back to it. Okay, so after PP, I've said for Cindy, a few people, clean music lover. Okay, Bethel. your question as well, Bethel and Kay. Kay, yes, you can type in your question. Right. So what have we got? What's coming towards you in love this week? So what's going on with love? Let's have a look. Let's do. Yeah, what's coming to love? Make some room for a minute, and let's get into. Let's do the Tarot of Cleopatra. So I would. Okay. What's coming towards you in love? And the card that flicked out was the Lovers. So it's talking about choices in regards to relationships. Oh, skylight's opened. What does that? So I'm jumping to shut that skylight. Right. It's a bit better. Makes a difference when the skylight's actually closed. Flicks itself open. Oh, I haven't done Whitney yet. Yeah, sorry, I haven't done you yet, Whitney. So we've got love coming towards you. Love is here. It does feel like there could be some pieces in regards to the relationships, in regards to sort of who you let into your life. Who do you let into your life? It's all about the choices that you make. I do feel like there's going to be some choices to be made in regards to it. And I do feel like there's a sense of, I just get the sense of be careful about, in regards to the choices in the relationship, be careful about not giving too much of yourself away, PP. I think that's really important here. You don't give too much of yourself away. I feel like you sort of need to bring yourself back a little bit in regards to this one here with the Six of Coins or Six of Pentacles, whatever you like to call them. It's all about that sense of sort of harmony in your well-being, and it could be very important for you not to be giving too much of yourself away. To have that sort of balance could be really, really important. You have that sort of harmony within your well-being is going to be certainly really important here, and that comes down to the choices that you make in regards to relationships. Hi, Manor. Okay, so I'm not doing your question just yet, so just be patient, please. I'm still going through the list. So, and we've got what, another 20 minutes or so? Another 20 minutes? Right. So, this is really important for you right now, is just to be very aware of the choices that are made in regards to the relationships, making sure you're not giving too much of yourself away too quickly. Okay, have a sense of balance, equilibrium, some harmony within your life. It's going to be really, really important here. So, PP I did, and I, Bethel, don't know if you typed in a question. Okay, so if I've said your name in regards to a reading, Cindy, just needed a question from you. Ethel, K. You're welcome, PP. I know people flick in and out. So wondering what's going on. Why isn't Eli answering my messages? What's going on with Eli with Eli at the moment? Interesting. Okay, so what's going on with Eli at the moment? So let's do. Feeling a very sort of Taco de Marseille type of. Okay. So what's going on with Eli? Why isn't Eli answering the messages from Kay? What's going on here? What's happening? Okay. What's going? Oh, here we go. What flipped out? Interesting. Okay, it feels like there's a lot of stuff going on in his mind. Okay, he might be dealing with some heartbreak, some sorrow, some trials, some challenges in regards to his thought ideas. There does seem to be some challenges and things going on here. Does feel like he's sort of taking some time out for himself, trying to find a sense of stability within his mind. Okay, so that's why he's not answering. He's dealing with some heartbreak, some sorrows, some challenges, some trials, some tribulations, whatever you like to call those. Um, it's of the mind. It's quite, he's got a lot of stuff going on here. So he's trying to find a sense of harmony. He's trying to take some time out for himself. He's trying to get some sense of clarity, things going on here. I do feel like there's a shift in his thoughts and his ideas about where he's heading. He's starting to move into smoother waters. He has been quite chaotic. It has been quite difficult. He is trying to find that sense of harmony within his mind as well. So he's trying to create some stability, trying to create some harmony. There has been some trials, some challenges in regards to thoughts and ideas and things that are going on. He does feel like he's been dealing with a lot of heartbreak and stuff like that. So that's why he hasn't been answering your messages, because he's got a lot of other stuff going on in his own world. He's just too busy to be connecting with you at this time. So you just got to either give him some space and he'll contact you if he's interested. Um, Maybe there's some other stuff going on that he's not wanting to share at the moment. Okay, he's got to look like he's got a lot of stuff going on with his own life. And you've got to decide whether you're patient or whether you want to move on. Hi, Barty, how are you? Right, so I've said, let me have a look. So I've said like clean music, said Deirdre, Bethel. If you guys are all here and you haven't had a reading, could you please make sure you type Cindy, make sure you type your question in. Okay. And so next on my list is Whitney. Whitney, yes, and Old Soul. So I've got Whitney, Old Soul, and Valencia. Okay, those are the ones that are on my list at the moment. Okay, so let me just go back up here. So I said Whitney. Okay, what my person of interest thinks about me at the moment. So what's going on with this person? What's going on with this person of interest? What's happening here? What's happening? Okay, so I'm going to go into. Feel like. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to do a bit of a deep inventory. Here it is. Convenient. Tiny space. Right, let's have a look. The. What's the person think about? What does the person think about me at this moment? That's right. Hi, Ms. Rack. Right, let's have a look. What does my person think about me? Don't forget, if you guys are interested in a past life reading on Wednesday, please check the link. Please check my Ko-Fi, and it will tell you about the past life readings for the live as well. My person think about me at this moment. Right. So what's going on here? What's happening? This person. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. It feels like it's a long journey. I feel like he's very much just feels like this is going to be a long journey. It feels like you're waiting. You'll be waiting for a long time. He's someone who sort of, I do feel like, looking for opportunities. He's looking for something but not really taking any action. I just feel like it's a very slow thing. I do feel like you're going to be waiting around for a long time. Doesn't feel like there's any romance or anything like that going on. I just feel like you're going to be waiting for a very long time for it. Just feels like there's nothing sort of really like he's someone that's looking for opportunities, but he's not actually going to. Just feels like he's not going to be taking any action. He might look for them. He might be thinking about the opportunities, but he's actually not taking the opportunity. He's not actually taking the opportunity to take the action. So I do feel like it's going to be something that you're going to be waiting around for a long time. Okay, because there's no romance or anything in the situation. It feels quite practical, sort of quite, I get the words clinical to it. Yeah. So it might not be quite what you're expecting, quite what you're wanting, but yeah, I think you'd be waiting a long time. Right. So that was Whitney. So let's have a look and see who's next. Oh, Old Soul. I said, didn't I? Old Soul. I assume you're okay. So after Old Soul is Valencia. Valencia to be added. Right, let's have a look at Old Soul. What does spirits need you to know? Let's do. Okay, for this one, I'm going to do the Maori tattoo one. Maori tattoo tarot. Let's have a look. Tattoo Old Soul. Okay, what do spirits need? What does Old Soul need to know from spirit guides? What are spirit guides? Okay, what is Old Soul? We need to talk about your spirit guides, not don't just say spirits. Okay, when you're talking about spirits, spirits can be when you're talking about spirits, you can be talking about anyone who's passed over. Okay, so it can come from any place. So let's talk about your spirit guides. Let's talk about love and light. We want your spirit guides that are going to be talking about with your love and light, knowing that you've got free will, got choice. Okay, so we're talking about your spirit guide. What does your spirit guides or the universe need you to know? What's important to you right now? Yes, Suma, everyone's added to the list as much as I can do in the next, what about another 10 minutes? Okay, so just what I can do in the next 10 minutes. What does your spirit guides know? What does the universe need to know right now? Oh, because we're talking about love and light. We want guidance with love and light. We want your highest vibration, no spirit. Those that are at the highest vibration. Okay, what spirit do you need to know? Yeah, spirit guides. You need to be really careful because we just don't want any old spirit giving you a message. Okay, your spirit guide. Okay, I feel like they want you to really seriously look at your skills and your abilities. What are your abilities? What are you able to achieve? What can you do in regards to your skills and abilities? What do you need to develop and grow and expand in regards to your skills? Okay, so they really want you to look very carefully about what you're capable of doing and what are you able to do. How do you expand and grow in that possibility? How do you, excuse me, how do you actually move forward with confidence? Okay, your spirit guides want you to really look at your own skills, your own abilities, and how you can use those skills and abilities to move forward with confidence on your journey. So, what can you use confidently within your spirit journey, within your own journey? Okay, that's really important here because I do feel like you can, you've got the skills and you've got the abilities, but you really need to acknowledge those skills and those abilities and move forward with confidence with them. So, what are you able to do? What do you need to learn? What do you need to develop and grow in your skills and your abilities, so that you can move more forward? So you can continue to move forward on your journey here. Okay, so some thoughts to think about deeply is really about your skills and your abilities. You know, really using um, those possibilities that you have within yourself to move forward with confidence. So yeah, I think that's really important also to look at your skills and your abilities and see how you can actually move forward. They're not going to tell you what to do. They're just going to guide you, push you in the right direction. And I think it's about moving forward here. Okay, so next on my list is, let me have a look, who's next on my list? Yeah, so I've had Old Soul, and I've said Valencia, and Manoa. Valencia and Manoa. Valencia. Okay, Manoa. Let me chuck that in, and then anybody else can be. I've said on my list. So I've said clean music lover, Deirdre. I mean, there must be a few people who were before Manua, Valencia, Cindy. If you haven't typed in your question, please type in your question once. Io Protero. Good, 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 good. Okay, what are feelings towards you? Feel. Here it is. What are Wahid's feelings? Okay, what's going on with Wahid? What's his feelings towards Manua? Whoa! Give me a connection. Connection. Definitely about. I feel like it's about trusting your intuition, trusting your gut instinct, trusting the energy. I feel like there's something to learn um with the information. It definitely feels like there's some sort of connection going on um within the feelings towards you. It feels like there's something going on. There's some stuff to sort of learn and develop. Might have the drive and the motivation, but not yet the experience with what needs to be done. But it definitely feels like there's a connection there within the relationship. So there's something going on. Definitely feels like something's going on there. Okay, so Barty, need Barty's question, please. Barty, I'm doing at the moment. Oh, hi, KK. KK, yes, I'm doing free reads. Just another 10 minutes or so, so not quite sure how far I'll get. Soumya, I've got your question there, no worries. Okay, so, and Miss Rack, you typed in your question yet? Okay, so I've got Barty's question. Need a question from Barty. Question from Mizrak. Okay, and then Soumya. Okay, then I've got Oprah and KK. Right, so I'm just doing what questions turn up because I'm running out of time. So I'm just trying to get. So please, if I've mentioned your name, if you haven't typed in your question, please type your question in once for me, please. Barty, Mizrak, type your question in once. That'll be great. Thank you. Okay, why would there be any problems with your pathway to Raj? Okay. Well, Okay, so what you want to know is what's going to happen with Nitjam. Why do you want to be married? What's going on here? What do you need to know? So what does you need to know in regards to the relationship with, let's have a look at the before tarot. Okay, so thanks KK for your question. So will Nitjam, so what's going on with this relationship with Nitjam? What's the future hold? Okay, it feels like there's a lot of contemplation before moving forward. Feels like there's a lot of talking needed, a lot of communication. I feel like there's a lot of stuff needs to be done before moving in the direction. I feel like there's a need for a lot of communication, there's a lot of contemplation, a lot of thoughts needing to go on here. I think there's a lot of stress, a lot of worry and stuff as well in regards to this. So I think communication is needed. I think you guys need to communicate. Okay. I think there's a lot of communication needed in regards to this situation before it can be resolved. Okay, I do feel like there's a need for a lot of communication, a lot of contemplation, a lot of thought needed before moving in the right direction, before moving in that direction. With the worry and stress going on, I feel like it's stopping the direction from, from moving in that direction. So I think there's a need for communication, need to sort out that stress and that worry before you before there's a yes or no answer. Okay, at this stage it's unsure, still not, there's no definite yes or no because it really depends on the communication needed. Okay, guys need to talk, need to communicate, find out if you guys are on the same page, need to be able to sort it out. The after tarot will do. Right, so I've mentioned a few names and no one's put in some questions. Okay, you can have your one next. Oprah Tarot, just make sure you put in your question if you've got a question, because I've got like a couple of minutes to go. Okay, what's going to happen with the relationship? What do you need to do to make it happen? What do you need to do to? It's really about what do you need to do to make this relationship work. There's some things that you need to do to make the relationship work. Okay, so ooh, okay, so I'm getting three cards. I'm just letting the three cards come through. Okay, first thing interesting here. Okay, my first thoughts were lessons to learn, shedding old skins. Okay, there's some things from the past that need to be shed, need to be sort of need to be opened up, need to be revealed, need to be dealt with. It does feel like there's a lot of stuff that needs to be dealt with before the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so making sure that you've shed the old skins, making sure that you've learned your lesson, whatever needs to be learned in the situation needs to be developed and growing. Um, definitely feels like there's a lot to deal with. Okay, so making sure you've dealt with what needs to be dealt with. KK, that's going to be really important here. Okay, so what? We're cutting free from any binds. Okay, are you being cut free from anything that's keeping you stuck in a situation that's not good for you? Have you been feeling trapped? Here you've got the sense of being cut free. Okay, so it does feel like things are sort of opening up a little bit more. You've left behind or you've let go of all the things that were restricting you, maybe starting to sort of open up a little bit here. It does seem to be that communication. Oh, just be careful about rushing into things. Make sure you're prepared for what lies ahead. Um, Here you've got the sense of Oh, I just want to talk about, I just feel like being stabbed or being hurt again. Be careful, you're not going to repeat old patterns here. So you've got to make sure that you guys are on the same page, that you're doing all the right stuff, that you're sort of opening yourselves up, being able to communicate much more clearly, shedding old skins. Look at what you've learned and developed within yourself. Be careful that you're not going to be hurt again. You may be dealing with some life's ups and downs. Be careful that you're not rushing into something, KK, with it. Make sure that you're prepared and you've done all the right stuff in regards to the reconciliation. Okay, about making it. Okay, that's an important process there. Okay, so you just feel like there's a lot of stuff that needs to let go, to be shed before the light at the end of the tunnel. Feels like starting to open up. Communication might be a little bit better, but just be careful about being hurt again. I think you need to be very aware of what be careful you're not rushing into it. Anything. I think it's going to take some time. It's definitely going to take some, don't rush into things. Okay, Sharon. Okay, let's see if I can do your reading next. I just don't feel like I don't know if I've missed anyone. Question. If no one's typed in a question, I'm going to do this last one here. Let me just put in endings. Okay, don't forget, if anyone's interested in a past life reading, there is the information on Ko-Fi. Let me just get the link for it. If you're interested in, let me get to the shop page first. Let me just get for the past life mini session. It'll be for live from anything from $1. And if you want to know more, there is a link. Okay. So there is a link that I've just put in the chat in regards to the past life sessions, soul energy clearing for Wednesday. And if you choose to get a past life reading, you'll also go in the drawer. You'll also go in the drawer for a 30-minute Reiki session, but you also get the link to the video on Wednesday. Only those that have donated will be able to get the link for the Wednesday. Okay, so if you've got time, let me know what I confess. Okay, so what's going on with the relationship? What's happening here? How does he feel with what's going on here? Okay, baskets. So it definitely feels like there is that connection. Definitely felt like something going on. There was definitely a shift in his thoughts and his ideas. Took a little bit of time to process that. I think it's taking him a bit of time to process it, to sort of move into a bit of clearer energy about it. So he felt like there was definitely a connection. Definitely feels that connection between the two of you, and definitely felt like there was a shift. There was something going on there, and to smooth the waters in there. Hey, Bethel. Thanks. You're welcome, Samar. Okay, Sharon. So I think it's really important just to take a moment to take a breath. I do feel like there was a connection there, but he's sort of moving. There is definitely a move, a shift in his thoughts and his ideas about what he wants. Just give it a moment, and you'll know whether he's interested or not. You'll get to see that connection. If he's it's just because there's a connection between you doesn't necessarily mean romance. Okay, so just give it a mo to see. He'll take action if need be, but there's definitely a shift in his thoughts and ideas. Okay, so I think that is about it. I don't know if anyone else wants a reading that I haven't done a reading for. Anyone wants sort of a bit more clarity, a bit of something. I don't know if anyone's been keeping an eye on the oh, the series that I've been doing. He's just not that into you. Okay, I've been doing that. I've just released another one today. Okay, so if anyone's interested in a past life reading on Wednesday, there is a donation from as little as $1, and you'll be given the link to the live. Okay, if you want to know what soul energy clearing is all about, here is the link, which I'll put in the chat. Okay, you're welcome, Sharon. Okay, so if you're interested in a past life reading and you want to know what soul energy clearing is, what past life reading is all about, how we clear, this is the deck that I actually use, and I will use a pendulum. Of course, I will use a pendulum, whether it's the sodalite or the lapis lazuli. Mostly use lapis lazuli, but sodalite sometimes as well, depending on the person. And you get quite a lot out of it, depending on sort of what you donate, of course, depending on whether it's whether it's $1 or more, anything from 3 cards up. So what we do is we look at the energy of what you've passed, what's in regards to the past life. We'll be looking at the energy of that. We will can also look at um, lesson, death, location, trauma, faith, love, identity, and time frame of the energy of the that you need to clear. And what we do is we do the cards, we do the reading, and then we actually clear the energy. And so when we clear the energy, we're allowing you to make room for possibilities, allowing you to look at things a little differently. Okay, so if you want to know what a soul energy clearing is, now when I do a soul energy clearing, it means it's a full session, it's quite a long time, it's quite in depth. Like you've got the reading, and then you've got the actual charts and pendulum, and it can take up to an hour, and it allows you to see things from a different perspective. You feel like you're clearing away the clutter from whatever you've brought in from your past life to your current life. Your reactions, your choices, things like that are all clear. So if you're interested, it is a donation only stream. Okay, it is a donation only stream, and they must be. And to get the link for the stream, you must have already donated. Okay, so please read the information first. Make a decision whether that's something you want to do. There'll only be a select. So whoever's paid the donation will get the healing session done. Now, for some of the healing sessions, if need be, there will also be bark flower remedies, which I will do for the healing sessions as well. I always like to include the bark flower remedies that's going to help you deal emotionally. Now, we do that as a vibrational healing. So I send through the healing remedies in regards to that. And then I will also include maybe some crystal healing as well, which can be really beneficial. Vibrational healing can be done with many different things. We can also use flowers, plants, the herbs, the bark flowers, the crystal grid, crystal energy as well. So that's really, really cool. So anything in regards to the soul energy clearing for the past life reading, it looks at past life relationships, past life any energy, anything that you've carried over from your past life to your present life, and it allows you to clear that energy so you can um, prepare for something better in your life. It allows you to react differently. So please check out the links, look at what it all means, and decide on whether you just want a little sample. It's just a sample session, it's just a very mini session available for the live. And then you can decide whether you want something more or something later on, to allow your healing process to begin. This is really good if you want to sort of let go of the past and move on. So that's it from me. I'm finishing now. Anyone who has wants a reading that I haven't done a reading for, if you want any more readings, it must be done with donations. If you want any more information from your free reading that I've done for you, if I've already done a free reading for you, if you want any more information, then you're going to have to wait until the next stream that I do, or you're going to have to wait. So if you're talking about, um, I'm finishing up now, I'm ending, so I'm just going over a few things. So if you want a reading from me, if you want a past life, if you want a past life reading, you'll have to wait till Wednesday. Make sure you donate before the reading, and it'll be done. Now, I will normally do a stream Monday morning as well, which is tomorrow morning. So you will have to wait till then if you want a free reading. If you want to donate, there's lots of options there that you can do through Ko-Fi. If you want me to do a reading for you on YouTube, you can always donate and I can do a quick reading for you at some stage. Remember, you can use Ko-Fi at all. So, yeah, that's it from me. So, anyway, I've got to get going. I've got things to do. I've been on for an hour and a half. So, yeah, that's it. Let's go through here. Sorry, and I'm just flicking back through. I am going to do a little bit of a. Okay, this is the Ko-Fi that I'm talking about here. Okay, Ko-Fi for Hekate's Crossing. It's actually, my first name's Paula, by the way, and the Hecate is the goddess that I work with. So, in the business, it's Hekate's Crossing. So it's shop for services, readings and healings, blogs for updates, readings, new arrivals, and more. There's exclusive content, readings, previews, downloads, and resources. There are memberships, which give you much more exclusive content, readings, and preview discounts and more. There is personal readings as well and healing. So connect on Discord for assorted channels. Then we have, there is a shop just for the members, so members will get exclusive deals. Okay, and then there is a shop, of course, with everyone that gives you the discount link. It gives you the link for the lives as well to donate. Then you've got the memberships here. We've got the introduction level, the silver moon, and the golden sun tier. Okay, so these are different tiers: introduction, silver moon, and golden sun. And they, of course, you get a lot more from that. Then we have basically you can either do a one-time donation or tip, or you can choose the membership one, of course. This is thank you to my members. This is a shout out to them: Raina, Stacey, Linda, Joan, Sid, and New York Finest. They are my monthly supporters, and they get exclusive content and downloads and all sorts of little bits and pieces here. Hi, Egyptian Famous. I'm just finishing up now. So I've got join us for our YouTube lives, free 2-card readings, not always what you want, but what you may need right now. Donations are VIP status, and then you get your Ko-Fi exclusive content, which I've said. Please make sure you read the description box down below for any details on how to contact me, how to support the channel. Thank you for your actual support for those that have been here and who are here constantly and around often. Thank you to my mods and things like that. They're awesome. Don't forget on YouTube to like and click that thumb. Make sure you ring the bell so you know when my next videos are uploaded. I do videos most days on something, on a topic, whether it's a book or a reading or a card for reflection or a unboxing, things like that, my thoughts, maybe some hashtags and things going on, and there's always more lives coming soon. So that's it from me. So I better get going. I've got things to do. I've been on for nearly an hour and 40 minutes. So time for me to end the stream. Thanks for being with us. Egyptian famous. I'll catch up with you again at some stage. But I'll catch up with you tomorrow. I'm on tomorrow, of course, a little bit earlier than this at my normal time. Okay, take care everyone. Blessed be.